I just want to start with you, Mookie, first. Talk a little bit about what it's like to have to portray a person who is known all over the world. I mean, where everyone knows this guy.
Um, Definitely kind of, pretty crazy. But ultimately, I feel like it was a great opportunity. You know what I mean? Why not step into this type of spotlight?
Right, right. And Caleb, for you, I mean, also we all know you, obviously from the other series, but now here you are playing a basketball player. Talk a little bit about that. I mean, is that something that you already had the skills for, or did you work on it for the movie?
Oh yeah, I definitely had to work on it a little bit more, but I was hooping most of my life, so I was able to. Because going into the project, I auditioned, of course, with size and acting, of course, but I had to hoop with the guys for the basketball test, and we ran fives, we ran some drills. I was able to keep up with them just enough to show that I had the potential to, not even the potential, I could do the film, But of course, getting onto the film, Mookie, Scoot, and AJ was like, "You ain't a hooper, bro." Like it was showing me. I was like, "All right, I need to step it up a little bit more." But yeah. So I definitely had to have the basketball chops for real.
Right. And Mookie, talk a little bit about this, the camaraderie with you and the other guys. I mean, that's all really another part of what this movie is about, just showing, you get the five guys together with the same intent, same mindset. And they went on to achieve, what they wanted to achieve as far as, the state championship. I mean, that's a great inspirational story.
Nah, man, you're right. Definitely. I think it's not fake. You know what I mean? Our love for each other, our brotherhood. You know what I mean? It's shown through the movie, and they have a brotherhood. You know, they have a legacy, and I feel like throughout all of America, it's inspiring. You know what I mean? Just to be able to see young kids. You know what I mean? Get to where they are now, and just knowing the backstory behind it is just great.
Absolutely. And Caleb, quick question. This is for you and I, for both of you, actually. Did you get to meet the people in real life, the ones who you played?
Yes. Actually, Drew was the first Fab. Well, I mean, I know Mookie already met LeBron, but as a collective, Drew was the first Fab member we met.
Hmm.
He spoke to us for a little bit.
Came on set.
Came on set, spoke to us. He was standing in the circle. We was just all listening. He was just talking about everything just being surreal for him and everything coming together for the first time. I was able to get his number and talk to him on the phone for a couple hours and talking about his dynamic with the Fab, growing up with LeBron, things that he thought about himself and who he was in his life and his family life. So I was able to tap in a lot more than I thought. But yeah, so I yeah.
Great.
Uh, and I played for LeBron, seventh, eighth grade on his AAU team. So
Oh,
yeah, I know Bronny, know Miss Savannah. Yeah, also, I think it helped out, just being around him, at a young age and just seeing his outside life, and, how he carries himself. Because ultimately, man, we can all go watch highlights on LeBron James on the basketball court, but you can't watch highlights of him doing his normal life. So just being able to see that, firsthand, I mean, being there just at a young age, it definitely helped out, as in just capturing the moment, capturing the role.
fantastic. No, like I said, good film. I'm going to tell my grandsons to watch it and enjoy, gentlemen. Thank you very much for your
Thank
time.
you.
And Caleb, also I saw an interview. You were talking about your 100-year-old great grandmother.
Yes.
That was great.
Thank you so
That,
much.
that was great.
Thank
Uh,
you so much.
you got it. All right, guys, take care.
You too, man.
You
You
too.
have a
You
good
too.
one.
How are you, Chris?
How you doing?
Good, and yourself?
Good. I've
Eh,
recognized you. I know you from somewhere, brother.
oh, did you ever live in Detroit or anything like that?
I shot in Detroit. I shot a pilot
Oh,
uh, called the Climb with De'Ara Kilpatrick.
oh wow.
That was fun.
Oh wow. Well, it might have been there. Been on TV for 40 years. So
Oh, there you go. Maybe I checked saw you when I was turning the channel. Well,
right,
good to
or
see you.
some good to see you too, and enjoyed watching your movie. I mean, it's got to be quite a task to do something about making or showing the story of somebody who is, what I mean when I say bigger than life around the world, who everybody knows, and you've got to put the story together and let people just see how it began. And it's quite humble beginnings, wasn't it?
It was. He is. His story's amazing.
Mhm.
Um, I look at it like a superhero origin story.
Mhm.
Like, what were those humble beginnings? Where did he come from? And we spent a lot of time in Akron before we started to shoot, and seeing where he came from, seeing his the projects that he was from, seeing the places that kind of grew him up. The Salvation Army gym, the school he was going to go to versus the school that he ended up going to, and just the Midwest mentality of the folks around really kind of created the man that we see today.
Right. Yeah. You know how the folks are here in the Midwest. Yep. You're absolutely right
Yeah.
on that. Also have to ask you, the guys who were in the movie, I mean, obviously did an excellent job. Were any of them, when I say basketball players, I mean like in high school or college or anything like that?
Well, everybody was pretty young in our cast, which they're playing basketball every day,
Mhm.
just in their regular life.
Right.
But the gentleman who played Romeo,
Mhm.
his name is Scoot Henderson, and he was 19 during our shooting, and he is in the G League in the NBA, and he is going to be the number 3 pick, or so it's predicted that he'll be the number 3 pick in the NBA draft this year.
Bravo. Bravo. And
Yeah,
he can use
yeah,
this as part of his demo reel then, like, hey, look what I'm doing. Look what I'm
yeah.
doing.
He's pretty great. Also, Mookie Cook is going to. He's in high school still, but he's going to full scholarship to the University of Oregon. Top player in the U.S. and the other players. AJ Willis, also a high school kid that's really got phenomenal skills,
Mhm.
and Caleb McLaughlin, of course, great actor. We
Mhm.
worked together on another project called The New Edition Story, and in that he had to learn to dance, but in this he came prepared. Like, he is an amazing basketball player, and Khalil Everidge, we worked together in another project as well, and he worked hard. He natural athlete, but he worked really hard to get his basketball skills together. So that was the challenge, being able to have actors that were good enough to tell a believable story
Mhm.
and good enough athletes to tell an authentic story, because basketball is such a huge part.
Right. No, that's for sure. Then also have to say, LeBron was one of the producers, of the movie. What was it like? I'm not sure if he really did, but what was it like the days he showed up on set?
Well, I got a little secret for you.
Yeah.
Uh, I have yet to meet LeBron.
Oh,
And for me, at first I really was, I got to meet everybody else. I got to meet all his friends, all the guys. But LeBron has a day job,
mhm.
so, and he's a mogul. He's in so many different businesses. So the timing for us kind of went right into his season. So it was difficult to meet. And at first I was really hoping to meet him. But I think the more I started making the film, I realized maybe that's a gift. I didn't have anything kind of sullied in a conversation, or it didn't really change my thought process about how I saw this man as already as a hero,
Right.
to tell the story of childhood and what was on the page. But he was always there in the background, reading the scripts, looking at the rough cuts, giving the thumbs up. So anytime, he'd see something, we'd be like a little nervous, like, okay, is he gonna like it? But, when we get the word back, he was happy. And if the real guys and the real coach and the man that it's about, LeBron James, are happy, it put us in a good space to tell a good story.
Absolutely. And Chris, you did. Thank you so very, very much for your time and look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you.
Hi, guys. How are you?
How you
What up,
doing?
Going on, Grant?
Doing well. Good to see you. And I take it, I know obviously it's a job, as far as making a movie and, doing different things like that. But just have to ask you, I'll start with you, Avery. It also looked like five guys who are just old friends, going out there working together.
Right. Yeah,
And
that's exactly what it was.
That's exactly what it was. You hit it on the dot.
all right, great. I was gonna say my first 3-pointer ever, so that's good. And also just want to ask you, like Khalil, what was it like? I'll start with you, meeting the real person who you were playing.
I actually never got to meet him in person,
Oh,
but I met him. I met him a lot on the phone. I talked to him a lot over the phone, and it was great. Just because I've known who he was, like more than half my life. I saw
Mhm.
more in the game when it first came out. So yeah, it was definitely dope talking to him for sure, and
All right.
seeing how much alike I was with him.
How about for you, Sterling? What was that like?
Uh, Sterling. People don't usually call me Sterling.
Oh, sorry.
Nah, it just shocked me. You good? It was great though. He came to the set a couple of times, and he was actually in the movie. But meeting him, it was great. Seeing, like Khalil said, seeing more than the game at a pretty young age, and then seeing the actual Romeo and seeing how much we're alike, and kind of straight face we are. It
Mhm.
was pretty dope.
All right. And I got to ask that because that's what it has down on the list. For the so what do people call you all the time?
Scoop, Scoop.
Scoop. There we go. Now I got the scoop. So great. We're good. We're
Nah,
good.
Sterling's cool too. I like Sterling. It caught me off guard.
Sterling give you the man feeling. That's how
Yeah.
the man
I was gonna say it's kind of like when somebody calls me Gregory, and it's like, whoa, must be
Exactly.
something important. And now a couple of you are already playing basketball in college or getting ready to in real life?
I'm going to the draft. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, because Chris had talked about that. So congratulations. And then
Thank you.
who's the other one who's going to be playing in college coming up soon?
That's Mookie. He's committed to Oregon. I'm trying to pursue my dream of playing college D1 basketball.
You will. You will.
Yeah, I'm still hooping, but we're gonna keep it going.
Yep.
I might walk on at Morehouse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
I might walk on. What are you talking about? Calm down.
I know.
Calm down.
Well, Scoop already claimed it for everybody. So it's all going to be good. He says, dream it, believe it, it's going to happen. So
Amen.
there you go.